The hearse stood outside the block of flats, waiting for the old lady. Freda was crying. There were some children and a dog running in and out of the line of bare black trees planted in the pavement. "I don't know why you're crying," said Brenda. "You didn't know her." 4 paid men in black, carrying the coffin on their shoulders, began to walk the length of the top landing. Below, on the first floor, a row of senior citizens in nighties and overcoats stood on their balconies, ready to wave the old woman goodbye. "I like it," said Freda. "It's so beautiful." Opulent at the window, she leant her beige cheek against the glass and stared out mournfully at the block of flats, moored in concrete like an ocean liner. Behind the rigging of the television aerials, the white clouds blew across the sky. All hands on deck. The aged crew with lowered heads shuffled to the rails to watch the last passenger disembark. Freda was enjoying herself. She stopped a tear with the tip of her finger and brought it to her mouth. "I'm very moved," she observed, as the coffin went at an acute angle down the stairs. Brenda, who was easily embarrassed, didn't care to be seen gawping at the window. She declined to look at the roof of the hearse, crowned with flowers like a Sunday hat, as the coffin was shoved into place. "She's going!" cried Freda, and the engine started and the black car slid away from the curb, the gladioli and the arum lilies trembling in the breeze. "You cry easily," said Brenda, when they were dressing to go to the factory. "I like funerals, all those flowers, a full life coming to a close." "She didn't look as if she'd had a full life," said Brenda. "She only had the cat. There weren't any mourners, no sons or anything." "Take a lesson from it then. It could happen to you. When I go, I shall have my family about me. Daughters, sons, my husband, grey and distinguished, dabbing a handkerchief to his lips." "Men always go first," said Brenda. "Women live longer. My dear, you ought to participate more. You were too cut off from life." When Freda spoke like that, Brenda would have run into another room, had there been one. Uneasily, she said, "I do participate, more than you think." "You are not flotsam washed up on the shore without recourse to the sea," continued Freda. She was lifting one vast leg and polishing the toe of her boot on the hem of the curtains. "When we go on the outing, you're bloody well better participate." "I can't promise," said Brenda rebelliously. Unlike Freda, whose idea it had been, the thought of the outing filled her with alarm. It was bound to rain, seeing it was already October, and she could just imagine the dreary procession they would make, forlornly walking in single file across the grass, the men slipping and stumbling under the weight of the wine barrels, and Freda, face distorted with fury at the weather, sinking down onto the muddy ground, unwrapping her cold chicken from its silver foil, wrenching its limbs apart under the dripping branches of the trees.